Oh, God. Well, personally, I think it's devastating. Absolutely devastating. That's the one word I'd use.
Well, it's the loss of a good life. So
You can't really describe it in one word because there's about 100 different forms of dementia, Alzheimer's being one of them, and it affects people in so many different ways. But basically, it's where the brain is like a computer, just seizes up, and it affects so many other things. The memory obviously is the obvious one, but then in time it affects movement of your limbs. But it's an awful complaint. We come here basically for a game of bowls and for a bit of friendship, and the 51 has derived its name because we always have a coffee break and we get number 51 from the machine, which is a cappuccino, no sugar, hence we all manage to keep slim. And this is just something that we've been doing now for about, 18 months, is it? Something like that?
Yeah.
Since Mick and I came, yeah.
less for me.
Yeah, Mick and I started coming, and then Mike joined us, and then Roger joined us.
2 months ago, probably.
So it's become a real regular event.
It's great for us to get together because we see each other most days. Mick's not so much, but the other three of us we see more or less every day. It just helps, to get out and do different things, rather than, feel that you're being involved. You have to be there for the girls all the time, and it's good, isn't it?
Very
we
good,
all
yeah.
enjoy
Yeah,
it,
it's
and,
excellent.
It's a release.
It's really a release, yeah.
Yeah, the three of us are missing our partners, and we just need something to do, don't we?
Yeah.
I met my wife when I was working at Daniel Doncaster's as apprentice draftsman. I finished with my previous girlfriend and the night before, and somebody in the office asked my wife if she wanted to go out with me that night, so I did. It just carried on from that.
It was the day I first saw Judy, when she was walking past the park and I was in the bushes, if you like. And I peeked out and I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit smart. So I peeped out and there I was peeking at her through the bush. She knew I was watching her. And every time she walked back and forth, I used to see her and I used to peek out through the bushes and watch her going past because she had a really good pair of legs, she really did. And that's really how it started. I then eventually picked up the courage to ask her to go for a cup of coffee. I mean, in those days we didn't go to the pub, did we? We went to the cafe to have a cup of coffee or a cup of Horlicks or something like that. A steamed pie and a cup of Horlicks.
Yeah, well, I lived in Norwich, and my wife's got relations in Norwich. And in 2008, we both lost our other halves. And I happened to go to a dinner dance where she was there with her cousin, and we met. We were just by accident placed on the same table, got chatting. And that was in the December 2008, and January 2009, I came up to Wales to see her, and then from there it all went at quite a pace.
Guy in Beechwood, before he died, he said, "I'm having my ashes scattered over Marks and Spencer's steps." We said, "Why is that then?" He said, "Well, every time my wife goes there every Wednesday, she knows where I am then." He didn't, he had them scattered in the Bowls Club.
Well, I've told my David that I'd put me in a black bag and throw me down in the Taff because of course I was more or less born alongside the Taff down in Radda.
What,
The Taff was only-
your whole body, all the
Yeah,
ashes?
yeah, the whole thing. Just put me in a black bag and throw me in the Taff.
You can't throw a back bag in a Taff, just put
You'll
pour
be
the
done
ashes.
for litter.
So
Hey,
he
you're
said,
taping us, man.
so he said, all right then, Daddy, if that's what you want. He finds it quite amusing, you know, when people say about, when we're talking about things like that. Oh, Dad knows where he's going in the Taff.
I said to Lynn, I said, if you go before me, I'm going to dig that concrete up in the garage, open the pit up again, and then refill it back in again. It'll save me the funeral costs.
Well, 51 is there are four of us who all got together through the Alzheimer's support choir, really. We used to go with our wives to the choir, and one by one, three of the wives have been taken into care because their dementia developed, and it just leaves one person now whose wife is with dementia but not quite as bad as the others, so he's caring for her at home.
Right, my wife Linda was thought out a problem about 6 years ago when she retired. She kept getting lost, going to places that she knew, missing the turning or forgetting where she was. Went to the doctors. Doctor said it was old age. Took another 2 years before she was diagnosed with a form of dementia. Since then, she's been living at home. She still lives at home. No problems at the moment. She seems to be bearing up fairly well, but only time will tell. Yeah, we've been married 48 years this year, and I'm the only one who's got their wife at home. All the rest of this group are in a nursing home. Hi. How you doing? All right? Unfortunate, really. At least I've got someone at home.
What would you say has been the hardest part of your journey with Alzheimer's, your wife?
Getting to accept it, really, because you think it's never going to happen to you, but suddenly you know it's when you start reading about it and looking it up and going to various meetings, you know what's going to come next, but it's still hard when it comes. So it's hard to accept it, but it's inevitable, really.
Oh, that was my worst moment. Was standing there with my sister, and she said, "I know." When I said, "Oh, she's got AIDS," she said, "I know she has, love." And we sort of grappled each other, and that was really, really sad. That really was making me cry now. Isn't it? But that was really sad. That was a really sad time, and I think that was probably my worst moment.
Because my wife was diagnosed in a late stage, the dementia was going through very quickly, and some days she could get very aggressive. So she didn't like me undressing her for bed, and she could attack me and tore my shirt off once. So that was very difficult to come to terms with.
Do you want a 51?
Right.
Do you want a 51?
Oh, yeah. No, hang on, I'll get it.
No, I'll go get it.
Oh,
You can pay tomorrow.
yeah. Oh, you get slow.
Yeah, so we.
Oh, she was really kicking off yesterday.
Was she having
So
a-
I moved that bed for her yesterday.
you
I
moved
got
it?
my bed back.
Oh, your sister, you mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
your sister.
But I told all along what I was doing. Well, it took me all yesterday morning. Then I went down to the Claremont and then go back there again after.
What time did you leave the Claremont?